Hello, my dear friends. Now we are coming to the end of two paradigms, culturalism and structuralism. So, for the last, say, about 9 lectures or so, in our lectures we were listening, we are trying to understand the theoretical base as stated by Stuart Hall. Now, the interesting thing is that the concluding remarks made by Stuart Hall, he says, according to Stuart Hall, these two paradigms, they provide us with the theoretical base for studying cultural phenomena. See, whether it is through the culturalist eyes or structuralist eyes. He concludes this by saying that these are the names of the game. What do you mean by these are the names of the game? Because they have given us enough insights. What to do, how to observe, and such other related points. So what we find here is, through their different ways, that is structuralism and culturalism, they have addressed almost all the core issues in cultural studies. All the core issues, yes, means important issues in cultural studies. All the core issues. One, you can see the relation between culture and ideology. Culture and ideology, or ideology, isn't it? What do you want to say? Ideology. So what is the difference? Because he says one aspect of culture, structuralism is that they are centering or they are giving importance to ideology. So culture and ideology, the relationship between culture and ideology. Second is, you can see the specificity of different practices, and also the specificity of different practices and the forms of articulated unity they constitute, and the forms of articulated unity. Now what does that mean? We have already seen that, because in Foucault and also the structuralist paradigm we find culture doesn't happen collectively. Individually it happens in the mind of the person. That is specificity of different practices, and therefore you should focus your attention on individual practices, not the whole thing, or the relationship between different practices, individual practices, and also the internal arrangement, the internal structure of each practice. As often I say the example of Diwali and Christmas or Holi, these are very famous, or Onam. In South India you will find there is a very famous festival called Onam festival. So each one you should study, not the relationship. And at the same way, different practices and the forms of articulated unity. At the same time, there is a unity in difference. That's the thing. As in the case of language, when we say cat is cat because it is not rat. See? So these significations, forms of significations, one, Diwali is Diwali because it is not Christmas. That there is a unity. And culturalists also say there is unity. Why? Because according to them, it is all the practices, ideas are the expression of human energy. That's the thing. So expression of human energy means the source is human energy. So there is unity. Multiplicity of practices, but there is unity. Understand? So specificity of practices, and at the same time, the articulated unity. Unity in structuralism, it is unity in difference. In culturalism, it is source is the same. Understand? That is where you can say. Then both these paradigms, they refer to base and superstructure. The Marxist, classical Marxist way of looking at the culture, base and super, and both reject it because there's partial truth in it. But both culturalism says that it cannot be because, as we have seen, it is constitutive activity. Here only the base has got the influence on the superstructure, and superstructure does not have any influence on the base. So it is a one-way traffic. So they reject it. Now, structuralists also they refer to that, but they say that this is not what we must say. This cannot give an explanation, a logical explanation to the culture and its different forms and practices. So both of them reject that. Yes, and they also deal with what we call so-called determinism and reductionism. See, this is another reason why base and superstructure is rejected. It's an economic determinism. Everything is determined by, all the cultural practices are determined by economic practices or modes of production. So that is determinism, the idea of determinism. Reductionism also, I put it another way, everything is reduced to one particular cause. Determinism, reductionism, both are the same, two different words there. So in base and superstructure, everything is reduced to one, and that one is economic activity. So they deal with that. That is also. Then they also deal with the dialectic between. There is a dialectic between what? Conditions and consciousness. Social conditions and social consciousness. That is, social consciousness means individuals, and social conditions means environment. So there is a dialectic between this. Understand? They also deals with class relationships and class struggle. As E.P. Thompson, for example, sixth, class relationships and the class struggles, making of the English working class. So you can see whatever, and we are, of course, base and superstructure is rejected because it's not totality, not social totality. Understand? High culture is rejected because it is not it is only partial, canonical, so to say. It is only partial. So because according to them, according to the culturalists, it is seventh is a whole way of life. A whole way of life. A whole way of life. And therefore that is rejected. So probably almost all the areas of cultural studies known to us today, see, they have covered in their own ways. That's all. Culturalism and structuralism in their own ways, and therefore they have addressed almost all the core issues in cultural studies, and therefore finally Hall says that these are the names of the game. And what is this game? The game is what is called cultural studies. Now I would say that, you want to do any explanation for this? Culture and ideology. Ideology is not very prominent in culturalism, but they have brought in here in structuralism. We have seen the importance of the power of abstraction, power theoreticism. Theoreticism versus empiricism, they say. So that is theoreticism versus empiricism. So that is it. Theoretism versus empiricism. Theoretism versus Theory is power of abstraction, ideas, and empiricism is practical. Understand? Yes. So I think that with this we can conclude this. And if you have got any other problems with this, of course you are always welcome to contact me. Another thing is, now all say that theirs are the names of the game. I would say that yours are the names of the game.